You having a good time? Okay, well, you know, my sisters of the Yam said, the tongue is a drum, so everywhere drums. Everywhere drums, burnt drums to clear the skin among dreams, flint of antibiotic dawns, potash and cinnamon sperms rising with an algebra of swamp drums, no longer Pyrex teeth, topaz excrement, angular nightmares, no longer axe-shaped lips, pierced cortin buttocks at the bottom of fermented mud drums, drums flowing with a mask of tornadoes, pickup band holding spirals of whiplash in his bric-brac, in his eye fold of mashed tendons, rimless springs, entrances followed with cattle forks of embroidered signal drums, drums made from rivers, made from a multiplication of dance steps, made from catfish skulls in a tongue's embrace, made from a rosette of orange rosin cradle cap, with impulse spotted like seclusion, and revolution decorating its drum with memory grease made from Nat Turner's body. Drums preoccupied in cheeks of ancestors, twirling into footprints, into snare drums, into shoeshine rags. The dust on those hides, on those reeds, blowing into street octaves of liberation drums, of membranes close to the sun's memoirs and life duck of this Brillo atmosphere. Drums the size of flea bites, drums that are fly heads, cork and plantain drums, vase oil drums and flannel flame reeves on iridescent toenail drums. Everywhere drums. Drums. Drums brushing whiskers of imagination into ink ripples of compelling pompadours. Drums grinding into steel, silver wires out of nostril bells embalmed with images, inoculating drums into feet spikes of new canoes and new patterns of new hurricanes, drumming with red palms of passion, drumming with villages in Mozambique, drumming with uncombed look of a message moving through heartbeats of 6 female drums. Everywhere drums. Drums of acrobatic wombs, of bladders and trumpets engulfed in a drum of opening elbows. The alto wind of sapling drums, fluorescent drums of benzene marches, barracuda drums and asphalt drums, of nipple star drums, of hunger drums, of drums indexed between ovums, between floral ligaments and the rhythm of rickets drumming into a hollow of blues. Baritone callous on rainbow covenant of pickled heart drums, hooked up through pores of pimento, through ovations of bloated gills, babbling guarda drums holding fees of the thumps and the quail of favelas. Drums, the frequencies in position. Drums, the sulfurated humidity of brooding rolls. Broken pistons and cockpits of drums, remaining with pablum, with fluorine, with city whistles and forks, entering drums of borax and wild hares. Turbo-jetted throat drums, chrome-studded fangs of stomping stampedes into tom-tom diaphragms of black diamond pearl drums. Everywhere drums. Peninsula of my berserkness drum, axle of my hydraulic cough drum, diatonic drum, crazy bone of my hyenic laughter drum, thrill of a triad of electro drums, drums in rubescent blades of Roxbury wind, tall, cool, fine drums, cry drums, scream drums, dream interpretation of jungle spells and tenement fire drums, searching through the block-eyed drums, reaching for washboards of African blood drums, laughing drums, emerging drums, drums whispering, drums climbing, drums migrating into pedals and moods of finger-snapping tambourine drums, brick drums, crawfish drums, drums of new belches, drums with old iodine, undulating armpit drums, talking drums, cubano drums, spell leg strokes on tongue-tied drums, opal pool cues, groundnut pyramids, hey, Pee-wee from Panama drums, Sanagade, and my wide-mouthed paradiddles of a doop-way drums, shaka-naga drums, and these bragging drums of sparkling cans, and these home-brewed tear-jerking drums, and this bong-bong deep in the cowbell of Zimbabwe drums, and staccato beating drums, crossing the Limpopo, crossing death drums, foreskin drumming against drums, fierce drums, growling drums, roaring drums, echo drums over mojo, whooping drums out of kukuka hookah drums, ear drums, kicking drums, wall-off drums, drums made of dynamite, drums made from elephant yelps, Fulani drums, fawn drums, god drums, drums of new Juno flips, drums of ancient Mardi Gras, fanty drums, Ashanti drums, Nufu drums on my indigo lips, smacking kunga drums, tightening drum rhythms into mush mouth rhythms, childbirth rhythms, Igbo godhouse rhythms, melancholy bellies crossed in a knife of rhythms from Baba's calabashes, of rattling rhythm drums of drums to drums of brass cymbals of drums, dazzlingly with hummingbirds, with guava seeds, with cowrie shells, with cobalt and uranium and mandingos on the road to Kokomo drums. Everywhere drums, spit drums from Oduduwa drums, everywhere drums, domo drums, Oduwa drums, everywhere drums, everywhere drums. If a two-headed goat pisses its long piss of death for your conversion into a free trade zone. If napalm is being buried in the ground between tuner of concert pianos and the pioneer of mathematical analysis. If the corporate terminology settles in your mouth like a sweatshop, and a hyena shows you how to eat yourself up, and the blowflies blow your way, and you become like shredded flesh on teeth of the IMF. Watch out, you're in the globalization economic domination process. Now what's your take? If the world's most potent drink comes from juice of a festering sore called institutionalized brutality, if the most extravagant treaty of abuse sits like an occupying force on broken body of an abandoned child, and if the political strategy is to be both covert and overt at the same time on the same level, and if intimidation becomes a patriotic theme song called intimidation, and responsibility remains a potty training session for all those holding their TTs and wee-wees, and if a newborn baby comes out looking like 2 pounds of soggy grapes after a nuclear reactor meltdown, and if you find yourself radioactively depleted, invaded, bombed out, borderless, dislocated, and delinked, watch out. You're in the globalization economic domination process. Now, what's your take?
Yeah.
The New York City Pigeons. I'm telling you, these New York City pigeons cooing in the air shaft are responsible for me stumping my toe, spraining my ankle, and getting sick on ammonia fumes. Those pigeons roosting on the clothesline stole my nightgown. Those pigeons on the street lamp made me feel foolish while riding in a black car, completely splattered with their gray and white poo-poo. These New York City pigeons are not calm like pigeons of Oxalá in Brazil, and do not croon like doves of Zimbabwe. New York City pigeons will moan strange, low, mournful, quivering, cancer-like moans, mixed with hungry hyena barks and gulping loss of the forest cries. New York City pigeons are not relaxed like pigeons sunning at Marcel Duchamp's swimming pool in San Francisco. New York City pigeons are not happy like the pigeons standing on head of the woman selling bananas on a street corner in Johannesburg. New York City pigeons flap viral feather fungus dust from wings into faces, then sit on steps vocalizing and waiting for the death of mankind. New York City pigeons are not friendly like pigeons eating flaky crescent-shaped rolls at Hotel du Piedmont in Paris. New York City pigeons are not content like pigeons posing for photos on arms of men in Plaza of Caracas. New York City pigeons will lounge on ledges and murmur profanity all day, will fight for humping space in the mating season, crap on air conditioners, and wipe their butts on windows while big cockroaches suck sucrets in the dark. New York City pigeons are not alert.